Laat ons nou aan Soweto dan gaan. Daar is Veronica Magwadi in Braamfischerville, waar pupils... I'm trying. No, maybe not. Pupils have just started their day in Braamfischerville at the Siyabonga Secondary School in Braamfischerville there. How are things going there? We won't do it in Afrikaans this time around, Veronica. We'll save ourselves, why don't we?
Shoo. Please, Arabile, please don't expose my Afrikaans final exam mark to the viewers there, I beg of you. But that is correct, Arabile. We are still here in Soweto at the Siyabonga Secondary School, where we have been interacting with some of the grade 8 pupils, very, very shy. A lot of them saying that they don't know what the day will hold. But of course, some of them as well really worried about the uncertainty of what it feels like to start a brand new school. You're in a brand new school, and of course we are seeing as well some of the parents that we've been speaking to and their anticipation, particularly about this school, which is essentially a feeder school for this area here in Braamfischerville. Siyabonga Secondary School, also a non-fee paying school, but it has over the years continued to produce incredible results, not just from matriculants but within the various grades as well. But an issue that continues across Gauteng is that of placement. I can tell you right now, Arabile, since we've been here in the morning, the school bell has already rung, but it seems hundreds of parents desperate to get their children inside a classroom today. This is, of course, after the Gauteng Education Department says more than 3,000 pupils still have not been placed, even though it is the first day of school, and the pressure coming from districts in Ekurhuleni as well as Johannesburg. And you can see some of the parents, even with papers in hand, to essentially try and find a space here, try and get their children applied inside these classrooms. And we can see the official there speaking to some of the parents about the realities of the fact that they just simply is not enough space in the school. And to talk to us a little bit about not only the placement crisis, but where the school finds itself in the beginning of the 2026 academic year, I'm joined by the principal. Dr. Patrick, thank you so much for your time. I think first and foremost, let's talk about the scenes behind us. A lot of desperation for these parents, particularly given that this fact is that the school is really one of the feeder schools, particularly for this area.
Yes, ma'am. We are accommodating about 320 learners as per our capacity. And we have extended it, we have increased our capacity because of the pressure. We have increased the numbers because we've got 4 languages, isiZulu, Xhosa, Pedi and Sotho. And we have increased each, especially in Zulu and Xhosa, by about 30 learners. And we still have few parents that are still standing looking for the space. And many of them are bringing their kids to the school for their first day. Thank you so much.
And we can see them as well there, some of them with the applications in their hands. I mean, whose responsibility is it for these pupils, well, for these parents, to get their children to the school? And I think perhaps maybe, is it a difficult thing to turn them back given the desperation and the limited number of schools available in Gauteng?
It is very difficult, but I think the system is still to accommodate few learners that are not placed. Unfortunately, we are accommodating those ones that have been placed at our school, and some of them are late in terms of submitting the documents. That's why we are seeing a masses standing here. But they are submitting documents now as we speak.
Right. And for those, of course, that are in class, I know assembly is taking place already right now. Talk to us about the intake of grade 8 learners and perhaps this cohort and what you're anticipating from them.
We are taking about, our initial capacity is 320, but we are around 370 now. But the dominant language is Zulu, and we are going to push them. Our dream is to produce 100% across all the grades in the school. We started with the grade 12, we are going down to the grade 8.
Fabulous. And we know as well, as we were speaking earlier, that this school faces a lot of challenges, particularly from the communities surrounding this school. And this is an issue of gangsterism. Have we been able to curb that out? I even know you yourself have been a victim of that type of violence that takes place when children are involved in these gangs.
Yes, we tried. this is my third year in the school. When I came here, it was a bit tough, and the character of gangsterism was a dominant in the area. It's not only in the school, but the 3 schools that are around here. But we have managed through corrective discipline and referring them to other LSN schools. Because frustration is coming from those learners that some of them cannot really cope in the mainstream. Some of them we had to refer them, and we kept the issue of gangsterism. We don't have gangsterism. We can proudly say we don't have gangsterism in the school now, but it still exists outside the school. And sometimes it tries to spill into the school, because it is the learners that are attending in the school that are actively involved in those gangsterism activities.
Well, thank you very much, Principal, and for your time. Head back to Assembly. We'll be joining you in a little bit. And I'm going to find myself, Arabile, inside a classroom for the first time in some years. I can tell you as well that those desks, I didn't realize just how tiny they are. But the reality is as well, as we, of course, look forward to the first day of the 2026 academic year, we'll also get an opportunity to just speak to some of the parents that are waiting just by the gates of the school as they continue to flood in, documents in hand, desperate to get their children, grade 8 pupils, inside a classroom. This is an issue, I can tell you, Arabile, is happening across Gauteng schools. It really is frustration as those parents scramble for placement for their children. Back to you.
I don't know, maybe you find yourself in an Afrikaans class.